No fluff, this is the exact system that you should be using to get clients on Instagram. And the best part, it doesn't matter when you're watching this video because the system doesn't change. The system is built off of marketing principles that are going to exist forever.
Now, first things first, who is this system exactly for? Now, yes, B2B and B2C, but really this just means person to person, P2P. Because yes, we're in a trust recession, which really just means that there's so many people out there that are selling the exact same thing. And I'm sure you noticed it all over social media. It's insane, right? Everyone's telling you go left, go right, and everyone is contradicting themselves. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact system that everyone should be using to get clients for their personal brand. And you'll see why it's so powerful in just a few minutes. Now, I will say, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but if you can't stick around for at least 10 minutes, then this isn't the video for you. Now, the best part about this system is that it can be applied for almost any personal brand. We have coaches, marketing agencies, realtors, dog trainers, artists, chefs, the list goes on and on, right? Now, what does this system exactly look like? Boom, there you have it, right? Starting with your unique introduction process, going to Radar, getting them into your ecosystem of leads, getting them out of your ecosystem onto a sales call, and then getting them as a paying client. Now, I'm going to break down this exact system. As you can see, it's very simple, bird's eye view. So let's start with the unique introduction process. So in business, people either come to you or you go to them. In this case, we're building a system that we can control, take a complete stranger into a customer. So it's very, very likely that obviously we're going to have to go to them first since we're controlling this system. So the only two ways this is really done is through ads or outreach. And if you're doing outreach, this is either going to be DMs, email marketing, or cold call. But this is where a lot of people go wrong, and they want to jump into ads and they want all these advanced strategies way too early, but they don't even have their internal systems dialed in yet, which means making sure they have a good offer, making sure their product delivery is on point, making sure that they can actually convert a sales call, or they can actually convince people and handle objections. All these different mechanisms and systems that need to be handled in-house before you just start turning on ads. Because again, this is like rolling down the window. If you don't have these systems on, rolling down the window on the highway and just throw money out the window, right? Obviously, no one likes to lose money. Now, one of the best ways to actually be unique in the introduction process, whether you're doing ads or outreach, is to make sure that you over deliver, right? Give away something that feels like you shouldn't, because that's when people really start to trust you. And you have to think that, if you don't give away this for free, somebody else out there can. So why would you give them the power over you to do that, right? So that's why over delivering is always going to be crucial. And in this stage, we can really start breaking down how we're different from the market, right? What do we offer versus what the market offers? What are our beliefs versus others in the market's beliefs? And really, in this, we can really start to see, how we can position ourselves differently to be unique and to stand out. Now, a huge mistake I see a lot of people making in this first introduction process is they ask for the big ask way too soon, right? And the big ask is, do you want to work with me? And people put it in their bio, people do it on cold calls, people do it on cold emails, in ads, and it just doesn't work. And for 99% of people on the internet around the world, the answer is going to be no, because we don't know who you are and you haven't earned our trust. So that's what we must do. We must earn trust before it's just given. Now, for some niches, this is a little bit different, right? This can work slightly different if you have some sort of like crazy offer or guarantee, but for most people this doesn't work. So it's like almost like walking up to a random person at a bar and being like, hey, let's get married. Obviously it's never going to work because you're a complete stranger and you're asking for that big ask way too soon. So the goal is literally just to get them to the next step in the process. For a bar, that probably would be to introduce yourself, ask if you can buy them a drink, and then go from there, try to get them on a date afterwards or get their phone number. In this case, we're just trying to get on their radar. Simple as that. So let's say we're on their radar. Now that we've grabbed their attention, right? We have their attention, but these people still don't truly, trust us quite yet. This is where we want to do retargeting ads. We can do follow-up. We can do engaging. We do commenting on their post, stories, sending them value through, cold email, or not through cold email, but through email and posting content. And now they get to become more familiar with you since they're learning more about what exactly is it that you do, who exactly is it that you help. And the only thing that a lot of these people are trying to figure out is intention and what you're actually like. So if you're going up to that person at the bar and you're trying to get them to give you your phone number or your date, or get them on a date, the other person's probably going to ask you vetting questions to see if they like you before they just give you your phone number or before they say yes to a date, right? Same situation is going on here. They're judging and they're valuing your character, your principles. And again, with the market being as busy as it is, everyone is running ads, everyone is using the same messaging. So, they're still not convinced that they trust you. So this is where, we need to take the step even further. And yes, you can try and skip these first two steps, but good luck. Because what happens is a lot of the time in this situation, there wasn't enough trust built on the surface level or on this level. So you only attract low-paying customers. Now, obviously, with low-paying customers, you have tons of problems. And then you just essentially fall into the rat race and it becomes the race to the bottom when it comes to pricing. And then again, you just have tons and tons of problems because you have tons of clients that are coming to you and you're attracting these clients. So the key here is to not rush this process. You're building relationships and connections. You're putting yourself in front of as many people as possible. It's a numbers game, right? And you're not just going to have to cold call 5 people and get a client. You're going to have to put in the work and you're going to have patience. So it is a mindset game as well. It's you versus you. It's like going fishing. Once you learn patience, once you catch that big fish, what do you want to do? You want to go back out there and you want to catch more big fish because it's addicting. Well, same here. Same exact thing with this ecosystem or with this system. Now, getting into the magic, which is the ecosystem, right? So let's say they trust us, but they're still not reaching out to us yet, which is expected. This could be that our offer isn't exactly what they're looking for. They might believe we're too expensive and we're not. This could be bad timing. This could be they don't even know exactly what we offer truly. There could be a million different reasons, right? But it's our job to keep pushing and really develop systems to get them to trust us for good. That's basically the whole point of the ecosystem, is to gain their trust for good. Because once we accomplish this, our chances of turning them into an actual paying customer literally increases by 10x. Because trust is earned in many different ways. And if done properly with the ecosystem, you're using it to benefit time, right? Time is one of the most important ways to earn trust. So that's why we have to break this trust barrier. Just because you get them in the ecosystem doesn't mean you've still, broken through the trust barrier. Now, this is called the 7-hour rule. And essentially says that if you want to sell anything online that's high ticket, you must give 7 hours. Someone must give you 7 hours of their attention before they completely like you and trust you and would even consider, and that's the key word here, is even consider doing business or partnering up with you. So like I said, you can, I see people who want to skip this part and they don't want to, build the deep relationships with people. They just want to try to go for the sale quick. And it really doesn't work for them whatsoever. And it might be because they might not know how, but this is literally why I'm recording this video. So what does this look like, right? So yes, we need long and short form content. This means email marketing. This means having lead magnets. This means doing introduction calls and discovery calls with potential prospects. Doesn't mean you have to pitch them on this call, right? You're just trying to give them free advice to get them onto a second call. Literally, you're just trying to provide extreme value. Anything that you can do to help them before working with you. That's the goal here. Because if you can help someone for free, then they know that the paid version is going to be 10 times better. So again, the over-delivering never stops, especially the closer and closer people get to the finish line, or in this example, to become a paying customer. So yes, your profile is going to need to be optimized since we're driving traffic to the page. You must have an irresistible offer or offers, preferably. Your message needs to be on point so people know you're speaking to their exact problems. And then you need to have, like I said, use techniques like polls and lead magnets that get people to raise their hand that they have a problem where they want help. That's really the goal here, is just to get the people to raise their hand. Because once we do that, we can set them up with a free call, right? Set them up with free advice. And at the end of the day, this is an appointment setting game. The more appointments you have, the more at-bats or chances you have to get your offer across. The more chances you have to get your offer across, then the more chances people have to actually become your client. And the more people you can actually help, right? Now, we got the sales call. And I don't care what people say, yes, it's your job to try and get them as a client, but your goal with every sales call is to try to have them leave better than they came in. Simple as that. Like, yes, you're trying to get them as a client, but you're trying to provide, again, extreme value and go over the top. Because your job is the doctor, and the doctor helps prescribe a solution. And this is going to be important because if you just try and sell, then you'll immediately get turned away. And I'm not saying that you don't need to know how to, handle objections, because of course that's extremely, extremely important. But if you come off too desperate, then that's when people immediately sense that you want the deal more than them. And that's never a good sign. Because what that means is you're just treating them like a number. And no one wants to be treated like a number. So once you detach yourself from the outcome, and you don't need that sale anymore, people can sense this on the sales call. And that's when you can actually start closing sales. Then lastly, we have the close, right? And if you've done everything right so far, you shouldn't have too much of a hard time overcoming objections, since the hardest part is literally done for you. And if you're doing this properly, you shouldn't have any objections on the call, because the marketing, which is done right here in these first couple layers, handles 90% of the questions that would be asked on a sales call. That's essentially why this system is so powerful, because you're building trust up front before you're asking people to work with you. So you're going to see it's going to be way greater in the long run if you implement this system.
I hope you found this video extremely valuable. If you want my help diving into your business, helping you get more clients and build your personal brand, then book a free strategy call below. I promise you'll leave way better than you came in. See you in the next video.